Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to yet another video by me today. Now then, we're continuing on the series of videos I'm doing at the moment with regards to Tridolon hunting. Now, we've got 20 seconds. You'll notice at the top right, for anyone who's familiar, we've got our Void Strike stacked up at least somewhat so far. Now, we are going to be soloing this, so I'm going to assume all roles, if you were, that we're going to be talking about today. But we're doing it from the perspective of a Trin. Now, because we're doing it from a Trinity's point of view, we're not necessarily going for anything more than just a 1x3. Now then, here's the first talking point. This little blue flash of light over here, this is what we want to mark. That's where the very first Eidolon is going to appear. Now, the next job that we have is getting that first lure. And because we're stacking VS, we can't afford to waste a gunshot cracking the lure. So what we're going to do, just for the first one, is just going to burn it a little bit, and then hack the console, and now we have the lure. Now hopefully, somewhere in the forest, we're going to see... Nope, that's cats, that's not what we wanted. So we're going to void dash over here to the horns, and hopefully find some bombs. We don't. This is not super duper great, but that's okay. Now, what we might need to do is have a little look through the forest, because we want to get that first lure nice and charged, ready, so that when we do take on the Eidolon and we drop his shields, we don't actually cause him to run away. So there's another lure here which is slightly annoying, because that means when I take out these Vombulus, I've got to do it when my lure catches it. Here we go, drag the thing over. Okay, and you'll notice the Vombulus has just gone into that lure. Now this one's got it latched, which is pretty annoying, but we've not got that hacked. So hopefully our lure will still take it on, and it looks like our lure has just absorbed it, which is great. Now we're going to go and have a look at Terry, see if there are any Vombulus here. There aren't. That kind of sucks, not going to lie. So we're going to have a quick check in the forest, see if we've got a Vom spawn in here. We haven't. That's a bit annoying. Check the horns. Nothing here. And over to the side, this forest, nope. Kind of rude. That means this is going to be even slower. Here we go. Have we got a spawn? No, it's cats again. God damn it. Luckily though, it looks like Voms won't spawn over here today. This is fine. We can still get them just fine. And again, we're still using our Void Dash because we don't want to consume those charges. Now it looks pretty annoyingly like this lure has just taken all of the charges that we were needing. That's really irritating. Now then, we still don't have any Vombulus over here. This is not ideal, frankly. Okay, let's go and have a quick look in the forest. This is one thing, when you're doing it solo, this can be a real annoyance. Can definitely be a bit of a problem. Obviously if you're working in a team, for the most part this isn't going to be too bad, because you're going to have forced a Vombulus spawn at the start, like I spoke about in one of my other videos. Now then, because we're a Trinity, we don't have any shields or anything to put up here, but normally we would wait until there is a shield put down by the vault before we start firing. We don't have that luxury at the moment. Now, there is an arcane I'm using called Virtuous Shadow. We're going to wait for that to trigger, which we do now. The way that we trigger our Virtuous Shadow is by aiming for the head and using Void Dash. Now, this next part of the trick is I'm going to bring up my Necromech and blow up the part. Each time a part is broken, it's going to drop a tiny little bit of energy on the floor, so we want to make sure we go and pick that up. Okay, now we're going to go straight back into our Void Walk. And then we're going to start hitting that head until we get that buff appear at the top again. So where it said Virtuous Shadow, we're going to fire our bomb. Like so. And now we're going to break the next part. There are 4 parts on the Terror list, and 6 parts on the Gantry list and the Hydra list. For ease, we're going to refer to them as Terry, Gary, and Harry. Now then, once again, same as the last ones, we're going to get our Virtuous Shadow. Pop down a bless to heal the lure, and then we're going to pop out some of that. Unfortunately, we Didn't manage to get the shield down in one. I don't think we crit, but that's okay. This is another reason why you would have a bolt shield to get that increased damage on there. Right, we're still going to have to use another one regardless of what we do. So we're just going to pop that there. Break his arm. Then we're going to run around, pick up that energy again. You'll notice even though we've used our ultimate 3 times so far, we're still at full energy. That, like I say, is because the Eidolons will drop a little pool of ammo and a little bit of energy each time you break a part. So again, we're just going to break that last part. This time, you're going to hear from Onko that Sentient's starting to heal the enemy. What we want to do at this point, when we're playing solo at least, is get the hell away from my bloody Necromech. Set that to hold position. Now, we don't have any charges, because we used them all, which kind of sucks, but there we go. Is now we want to go around and get the last lures that we need. So we need one more for the Terrorist, total of 2, to be able to capture him. Okay, just make sure that thing is following us. Okay, now this is another part where we're going to start stacking up Void Strike. And we're just going to kill these Vomvalists here with our Blazing Dash until we've got a second lure charged, which it now has. At this point, we're now going to bring out our Necromech again. Now, if you're playing a DPS, you're going to skip that whole Necromech phase, and you're literally just going to shoot the thing down. A stupid pet died. That's the first time I'm bringing her out. She's not even leveled yet. Okay, we got some more Vomvalists. We have over here. That's perfect. We want to get that last lure nice and charged, ready for the next Eidolon. Not sure where my lure's actually gone. Okay, looks like the lure's disappeared. It might well have been destroyed. I don't think I got back and blessed it quick enough. That's okay. I'm just going to tag that point there where I know there are some Vomvalists. Waste a charge because we're running out of time a little bit here. Back to this waypoint, and now we're going to take down these lures here. Get them charged. Take down the lures? No, we're going to take down the Vomvalists to charge the lure. I'm doing well here. Just bear with me, guys. My terrible video recording. There we go. Okay, so we've got the next one charged. Always have to have at least one lure charged and surviving at the end, because when we come to deal with the next Eidolon in the series, we want to make sure we can just get on with it straight away and we're not having to wait too long. So, we've got our lure with me here. And same again, just like we did on Terry, we're using Virtuous Shadow, which is an arcane that you can use for your amps. And we just want to wait until that triggers. Fire off a couple of shots. Unfortunately, we don't have a shield, so we're not going to be able to take down his shield in one shot, but that's okay. Okay, we just need a little bit more to get that Virtuous Shadow again. Okay, and then as soon as the part breaks, the shield breaks, now we want to smash apart. That's what we're going to do here. Okay, now we need to get the hell out of the way, heal the lure. This is one of the reasons we're playing as Trinity, to show the function that we would do with that. Now, ordinarily, Trinity would also go and find all the lures. We are going to do that, just not quite yet. Want to make a little bit more progress on Gary before we go and get the next lures. Okay, so we're just going to keep firing because, again, we don't have a shield. There's nothing for us to cycle on. Another thing you would notice in a team is you're probably going to have one person using Unairu focus. And what that's there for is for wisps. And wisps give you 100% towards your amp damage. Now, one thing you'll notice is during the magnetic phase, which is when the Eidolons roar, I'm not actually losing my energy. The reason for this is because I have another arcane on my Warframe called Arcane Nullifier. I would highly recommend it. It helps save all of this drama by losing your energy every time he, you know, goes into his magnetic phase. Okay, run out of energy here. That goes a little bit far away, but that's okay. Still gonna break the part. Right, okay, now this time, he's not doing his annoying shit. So I'm just gonna set that to hold position, so hopefully the Eidolon doesn't run away. I'm just gonna go and pick up another lure. Come back here, grab the lure that I was using. And same again, get that Virtuous Shadow procced. Pop a little bit of healing for the lures. Okay, now he's doing his little orbital strike looking things. So just pop a heal on the lures just to keep them protected. And then back to getting the Void Strikes, Virtuous Shadow stacks. All the while we want to stay in our Void Walk as much as possible, just to constantly make sure that we're keeping up as much of those stacks as we can. Not gonna lie, this isn't going the most smooth. It's kind of hard to concentrate when you're trying to talk through everything you're doing as you're doing it, so please just bear with me, guys. Again, anyone came in here looking for a 3x3 solo guide, this ain't it. This is purely just to help explain some of the roles, what they should be doing, and also, to be fair, if somebody wanted to solo as a Trinity for some reason, well, this is kind of how you would do it, except with perhaps a few less screw-ups and a little more luck. Just want to make sure that every now and then you're popping those blessings down. We don't want them lures dying. If they do, we then have to go and get them again. And as you saw, that can be a pretty massive time waste. Okay, so unfortunately I can't seem to grab that lure to tell it to hold position. That's really annoying. Only problem with having your mech around, when you're hopping in and out of your operator and you press that touchpad, if you accidentally catch the mech, it's going to put you in that instead, which is yet another waste of time that we don't really want. Okay, so now we've got that flame from the ground. Just want to keep them lures healed as best as we can. Just pop a few blessings and you'll be fine. We don't spend very much time in our operator during this because, like I say, we're using the Necromech to effectively fulfill the DPS role, and our operator is the only thing that can take down the shields. Okay, get out the Necromech and take that Sinova down. Okay, so this is another one of those tell it to hold position, quickly grab the next lures that we need. Now at this point we don't need stacks anymore because we've done the shield phase, so it's perfectly okay to shoot these. Ordinarily as a Trinity you'd only be assigned one role, so either the Terrorist, the Hydralist, Gantralist, whatever. You'd be on that one, and once you'd use your stacks, that would effectively be you done. So when you're running around and collect the lures, it's perfectly okay for you to use your gun to do them quicker. Now then, we've only got 2 out of 3 that we need charged, so we're just going to kill some Vonvalis, use that last charge. It's not like we need it now anyway. And hopefully just kill these things, get them all absorbed into those lures to charge them. Problem with killing the Vonvalis, especially when you still need to charge lures, is that they don't get sucked up. So you want to take out effectively the external layer of the Vonvalis. Now something is healing this and I can't see where it is. This is what happens if you, say for instance, don't get the part broken in time, or in this case you don't kill him quick enough, Vomvalis can come and actually heal the damn thing, and it looks like in this case they've healed his shield to a fair amount, which is really irritating because now we're gonna have to use those charges that we were just saving up. Kill him again. And look, we're still getting into our mech even though we're nowhere near the damn thing. That, I would say, is the main downside to having your mech to do the DPS. It can be really frustrating if every time you keep popping into your stupid mech. Wait for the lure to pop, grab up things. Now, when you're doing 3x3s, in theory, what the DPS is going to do is they're going to get on their Archwing, travel all the way over to the altar here as quickly as they possibly can, and at this point they would then pick up the lure from whomever else still has one left, which is usually the Trinity, because the Trinity, generally speaking, gathers lures. Now, to prepare myself before I'm going into Harry, I don't think I'm going to have enough time to grab them later on, so I'm just going to pick these up now. Again, we're not going for a 3x3 solo. This is not how you would do this if you were going for a 3x3 solo. One thing to bear in mind for those that are experienced, they have removed the ability to safely get out of your Archwing by pressing circle without aiming down. Sometimes it will still take a charge anyway, even if you don't hit the ground, so just bear that in mind. If you are wanting to not consume charges from your melee, which generally, you know, you kind of want to avoid that wherever possible. I brought the Sarper, thinking it would be helpful to break the armor, and then I changed my mind and decided I was going to use a Necromech anyway, so kind of a waste having the melee weapon here, but that's alright. There we go. Now we did waste the other charges that we had. I didn't think about it, but there we go. It is what it is. You'll notice when we're getting those crits, we're hitting up to 3k even without a shield, which is pretty decent, to be honest. Yeah, pretty much the only thing that you can fire without consuming charges seems to be Necromechs, which is why we're using Madurai here and a Necromech to do the DPS for us, so we can still keep stacking up those charges, getting a little bit of burn on it with Blazing Dash that also comes from the Madurai tree. Looks like our operator's gonna die here. He really does not want to let me proc Virtuous Shadow on his head. There we go. Okay, just want to get it for that last strike. There we go. And this one should break his shield. Get started on breaking that first part. Now, with all the stress of what was going on before, I completely forgot to pick up energy the last time, but should be okay. I should have more than enough. Just gonna get rid of these Vomvalis over here. So we need to charge the lures anyway, and I'd rather not risk him being able to heal himself if I can avoid it. One thing just to bear in mind, even though you won't take damage anymore from it, if you are in the blast radius of your amp, it will knock you down. Can be pretty annoying, but there we go. It's Steve's decision. They thought, you know what, everything that used to kill you explosive wise will just make you knock down. In a way it's better, in another it's pretty annoying. There are a lot of things in the game that have absolutely no reason to knock you down, and they do. But hey ho. Okay.
Energy spike. I advise falling back.
Oh, my stupid animal's down again. Excuse me. Okay, back we go again. Now you'll notice how my charges suddenly went up from 1 to 8 and they still managed to keep some percentage. If you time it just right when you fire your shot and you're straight back into Void Walk, sometimes you can get to effectively take the bonus of however long you were in Void Walk before you fired your last shot. And that can be really helpful. Just basically keep hold of the button and hope for that, pretty much. Oh, what the hell? Okay, so I got killed out of my operator and put here. That's even less than maddeningly unhelpful. Okay, just gonna bring this over here. Get that last shot. Hopefully getting this damn thing and break the part before he starts to heal. There we go. Pick up that lovely energy. I notice my Kubro hasn't given me anything so far this match. Whole point of bringing the damn thing was so it'd give me some energy for my Necromech, but it doesn't seem to want to do that, so there we go, whatever. Pop some blessings out just to make sure those lures are nice and healed up. You see what I mean? We accidentally caught the thing when it was blowing up and it knocked us down. Really annoying. Preferably if you can avoid that, that's, you know, save you a little bit of time having to pick yourself up. Okay, back to picking this up. One thing, if you're in your Void Walk, when your little mines detonate, and the amp that we're using for here is, as you can see in the bottom right, a 777. So the Clamora Prism, the I think it's a Klapka Brace, Certus Brace, I can't remember what the actual names of the things are called, but effectively it's the last ones that you unlock in Little Duck Reputation. Revive this stupid animal again. That's absolutely not helped me whatsoever this game. There we go. There you go, just pick up that energy. This should be the last part that we need to break. Okay, so you see that time I actually stayed in Void Walk and just dashed until we fired that last shot, and it gave us a 1.8 I think it was when we came out of it, which is pretty nice because it means at least your next shots have got a decent amount of stack, so you're not starting from nothing as soon as you consume your last charge. And that really can help sometimes. Just get some more healing out for those lures. He's determined we're not going to get his head. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Where's that last part? Okay, it's his arm on the right hand side. There we go. And that's the last part that we needed to break. This is millions of these Vonvalis here. Don't want to risk the thing healing, so that's why I just killed those instead of letting them be absorbed. Also, one thing, if you only have charged lures and you just take the first part of a Vonvalis, so the outer shell, effectively, they won't be absorbed, they'll just sit there forever. So if you break it to that point, normally that's what you want to do, because you want the lures to absorb that Vonvalis. we don't in this case, we just wanted them to die, so that's why I shot them twice, just to get that kill. And there we go, that's relatively stress-free Tridolon run. Not the quickest by any stretch. I mean, we've only got 25 minutes left on the clock. This would only just be fast enough to do a 2x3, but again, it's kind of difficult to concentrate when you're talking about what you're doing as you're doing it. So, that pretty much concludes it for this. Now, of course, once you've done, particularly in a 3x3, did I pick up everything? I think so. In a 3x3, you run straight back to the door. Whoever is the host, which is going to be the person playing the DPS role, what they're going to do is they're going to leave their Warframe at the door so everybody can come in quickly as possible and just dash to the end. If you're the DPS, you obviously want to be close to the door, ready to go out. If you're not, if you're somebody else, you just want to stay roughly around about here in the room while the host leaves and comes back in, ready to start the next one. Hope that helped. So, dramas as we went through the video, but there we go, sometimes these things happen. Thank you for watching, take care.